Happy Thirsty Thursday. Hopefully everyone has a cup of coffee or maybe some tea or maybe some water. If you want to go ahead and grab a beer at 10:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hey, you do you, okay? But today, right now, we're going to be talking about SoFi. Once again, this YouTube channel is not really supposed to be dedicated to one stock and one stock only. I'm a raging SoFi bull. I'm also a raging AMD bull, a raging Hood bull, and let alone software. I am very bullish on software. We've gone through a SaaS apocalypse, software apocalypse, but I am very bullish because I don't believe AI is going to make companies magically just go away. I believe AI is going to propel the software industry. I also believe that the fintech sector will be making a rebound here in the later half of this year because we have a lot of external factors. But SoFi is a hot topic. It's actually no longer a hot stock. But for me, I've been buying the dip for the last couple months now. So if you enjoy my content, smash a like, subscribe for more. It really does help my YouTube channel grow. This is fairly a new YouTube channel. My main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH, has 200,000 plus subscribers. I run video game channels, even though the stock market is kind of like a video game in a way. I have not advertised this channel just yet, so any comments that come on here, I'm going to say it's very much stock-loving gurus like myself, right? But there will be a time where I will be advertising this channel, so my normal daily viewers, be prepared. There's probably going to be a lot of gaming trolls coming over here, but it's going to be a good thing, right? Okay, so SoFi has been hit in the groin repeatedly by a short report, by the banking sector, unpricing in rate cuts for this year, by recession fears and worries, by the labor market releasing, or the labor market showing signs of weakening. And 2 days ago, I'm not going to try to pronounce this guy's name. I'm going to butcher it. But this is a very bullish analyst on SoFi. And a couple days ago, Muddy Waters released a short report, or actually I believe last week it was, but Muddy Waters is basically going around trying to be platformed. They were on CNBC, pretty much telling their thesis of why now they have puts. They have closed their short position on SoFi. When the short report dropped, SoFi instantaneously released a report against them saying, hey, this is BS. Anthony Noto bought $500,000 worth of shares too. I bought the dip. And I've been buying SoFi for the last week and stuff. I haven't bought new SoFi shares. I'll get to SoFi's price today momentarily, and also some market news as well in the second half of this video. Gonna try to keep this video below 17 minutes here, so here we go. Anyways, this analyst came out reaffirming his bullish statement, okay? This analyst has given a very high price target of $38. So the lowest, or rather I should say the sell rating on SoFi is a $12 price target, and the high buy rating on SoFi is a $38 buck. $38 from this level right now. SoFi, last trade, $16.22. 1622 times 2, you are at $32.44. So you are at, essentially, I believe it's, I'll get to the chart, but I believe it's like, if SoFi were to be at $38 from this current level of SoFi, it's over 100%. I honestly think it's probably like 100, 125, 135%. Very big move to the upside. If you are a trader, you could be looking at this as a phenomenal opportunity. If you are a long-time investor like me, oh boy, it's just picking up discounted shares for the future, right? So in this article, it basically pretty much reaffirms every single thing that Anthony Noto and the CEO and the Anthony Noto and his management team has basically pretty much said. I'll go ahead and put this article down below in the description of this video in case you wanted to pretty much double check for yourself. Please do your due diligence, fact check me. I'm not perfect. I'm not God. Neither is no one out there. So you got to do your due diligence. I've done my due diligence on SoFi. And I can go ahead and say, just by looking at this price confirmation of $38, it does make me feel good. But at the same time, understand that analysts, like, it's just really all... It's really all nonsense. I don't buy a stock based on what an analyst on Wall Street pretty much says. But the fact that you had the bullish analyst reaffirm his bull statement, that doesn't necessarily happen too often, okay? When Wall Street backs a very bullish analyst, or the bullish analyst on Wall Street basically backs his statement, it doesn't really happen too often, especially when a short report comes out. So what that bullish analyst basically pretty much just said to the short report is that he probably looked at the short report and he said, yeah, this is all nonsense. I'm taking a stance with the CEO and I'm taking a stance with the SoFi management team. I don't really agree with what is stated in the short report. And I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, I'm doubling down on my price target of SoFi at a very high evaluation. Now, what you're seeing on the screen here is actually my most viewed video on this YouTube channel currently. I swear, man, like I said, I am not supposed to be dedicated to one stock on this YouTube channel, but I mean, it's just, it's really ironic that I kind of really have hit a SoFi very, driven community here. And yeah, I mean, I've been buying SoFi since February of 2024 when nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted SoFi, and I was buying SoFi in the $6, $7, $8 price range. Crazy, right? Very happy. So I uploaded this video over a month ago, February 16th, 2026, and I basically gave a very bearish price target for SoFi, a base case, and a bull case as well too, pretty much by the end of the year. Now, obviously, anything can happen. If we fall into a recession, well, all bets are really off. And the reason that I'm going off of this is basically pretty much of what Anthony Noto has stated. And Anthony Noto has given his own company a very high fintech multiple. And it's all about what Wall Street wants to give to SoFi. Obviously, when SoFi was in the low $30 price levels, which was a couple months ago when they were at all-time highs, they were trading at a very high evaluation. They were trading at a very high fintech multiple, okay? So if we do get a fintech multiple, then sure, you know, SoFi could go to a crazy number. But it's all about what Wall Street really wants to give to us. SoFi doesn't control what multiple, you know, the overall stock market is going to give to them. Whatever multiple, whether it's a 50, 60x, which is a crazy high fintech multiple, if Wall Street's going to give SoFi that multiple, or if Wall Street is going to give SoFi maybe a hybrid multiple, maybe they go ahead and give us maybe like between 30 to 40 of a forward PE of a very like basically saying that SoFi is a bank, but at the same time it's not, because over 50% of our revenue is coming from a non-lending sector, and our financial services area is actually growing more than our lending sector. So that right there just very much screams, hey, fintech. But at the end of the day, even if I'm right with a bearish price target, I still will make money on SoFi even by the end of the year by being a long-term investor. Okay, because by the end of the year, even hypothetically, if SoFi is in the low 20s, well, right now, SoFi is in the low 16s, you're still making money on your investment. So I will be probably making another one of these types of videos because SoFi obviously is not going to be hitting a price target anytime soon of in the 40s or in the 50s. And depending what really happens, if this really does drag on longer, we're seeing right now pretty much a reversal of anything really bullish in the stock market. The US is very much escalating in force with the Middle East stuff. It doesn't really seem like the talks are really going to be leading to anytime soon. Not to mention, we're seeing a very much reversal of what we saw on Monday. So it very much appears that on Monday, earlier this week, we got a bull trap. The market very much went higher, and it was nothing more than just a bull trap 101. SoFi right now is just, oh man, low 16s. Low 16s. My next personal buying area of SoFi is actually going to be below 16. I have bought a tremendous amount of bonus shares on SoFi. I have over 2,000 SoFi shares, and I am willing to add more. But I am a disciplined investor, disciplined trader, and SoFi not trading stock on. I have other trade positions, but disciplined investors. I bought SoFi when it was falling down from 25 bucks. I bought some shares at 24, 23, 22, 21, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. And hey, we go down to the next area, I'll buy more. This is going to be something that longtime investors don't make, or very, very nervous longtime investors, okay? If you are new to the stock market, this is where you got to remember why you made an investment in companies like SoFi, okay? Can we very well go back down on SoFi? Oil is also spiking back up too, which is giving a lot of hibbity-jibbities in the market. SoFi right now on a technical analysis, it is oversold. We are below 30 RSI, Relative Strength Index. We are at 27. Can we go lower? We certainly can. The MACD has just started to maybe curl on the downside, which means we can very much go lower. There is more room to really fall. We are way below the 50-day moving average. Way below. We're on a bearish trend. We are on a crash with SoFi. If we look on the 9 EMA, which is very close to the 10 SMA, simple moving average, we are below the 9 exponential moving average, which means we are below the 10-day moving average as well. That is extremely bearish. So we are right now very much at reversal levels. We could very well be in the $15 price range if we continue to bleed going into maybe tomorrow, going into maybe Friday. If you have taken a long-term position in SoFi, what is your game plan? What's my game plan? Going shopping. Pretty much about it. Okay, I have my game plan, and I'm pretty much just friggin' executing my game plan. So that's me personally. At the end of the day, you always got to do your due diligence, and you always got to do your own research. But it makes me feel good when Wall Street is actually somewhat backing SoFi against a short report. Even though it was really only one analyst, it's not, the entire analyst market out there. But, I mean, right now on SoFi, we are getting down to such a beaten down like, the PE that we are trading on SoFi of what the management team is doing, it is going to be like PayPal evaluation. It's going to be now not only oversold on a technical analysis viewpoint, it's going to be oversold on a fundamental point of view. And I can't wait for the upcoming earnings on SoFi. The other market news that we're pretty much getting is just that the Middle East is very much escalating. There's not a whole lot of good things to really look for right now. And I just want to double check one last thing before I get off this video here. We really don't have an economical catalyst up until really April 3rd is going to be a big one. Okay, the unemployment report, that's going to be huge. So right now, we are literally just going off of just the Middle East, what is going on in the Middle East, the Middle East news, and we're just pretty much bleeding very much for risk on assets because the market is not in a risk on environment. Definitely let me know what you agree or disagree with down below in the comment section. Obviously, if you are very bearish on SoFi long term, I would love to hear your explanation. Me, I'm bearish on SoFi, what is going on right now on a technical analysis basis, but long term, very much bullish. And the reason I'm bearish on a short term for SoFi is because, one, we're falling off a cliff right now. There's not really a clear bottom just yet. We gotta establish pretty much like, hey, where is this bottom? Because we're just forming. Like back in last week, 17 March, we had a somewhat of a bottom, and then yesterday we retested the bottom, and then now we have broken below that bottom. So now we got to trade pretty much 16.04. Crazy. We got to stay above $16.04 for a while to really form a bottom. And until we do, we're not gonna start uptrending here. Let alone we're not gonna uptrend until a lot of nonsense pretty much concludes. All right, everyone, stay motivated. Stay looking to the forward upside. Earnings will be interesting, and I do believe earnings once again for SoFi will be up and to the right. All right, later, everyone. See you tomorrow.